on this computer. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're good to go here. So welcome everybody. I wanted to thank you guys for hopping on and sharing in Caitlynn and Allison's wellness business here. My name is Jessica and I get to be your host tonight. It can be a little bit weird hopping on these calls, so we're excited that you're here. Tonight's call is really just a chance for Allison and Caitlynn to share what they've been up to and why it's important to them. I'll be reading off of some notes throughout so that we can stay on track and finish within a half an hour. It's our sincere hope that we are able to gift you with information and inspiration tonight, and we look forward to hearing your feedback. I love starting with our mission statement, which is we are a purpose-driven community who inspires and educates through heart-to-heart connection with everyone open to receive health, vitality, abundance, and freedom. We do this through a premium nutrition line called Juice Plus, a virtual franchise that the product line offered a holistic wellness community where we strive to grow good, do good, and feel good. So, did you guys know that to feel good and to fight disease, it is actually recommended to have 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day? And would it be fair to say that we all struggle to do that consistently? Plus, much of the fruits and vegetables that we do eat nowadays are poor quality because they are picked so early and sprayed with really who knows what. Some of us have tried to curb this problem by juicing, and although that is amazing and I completely applaud anybody who juices, it's expensive, it's time consuming, it's quite wasteful, messy, and usually like really gross when you put the really good fruits and healthy fruits and vegetables in it. Or maybe you've tried taking a multivitamin, but now the research that is emerging, it says that it's not doing anything or it actually can be quite harmful to you. So that's where Juice Plus has came in for a lot of us. As a solution, it has started was around since 1993. It's 30 different whole fruits and vegetables and berries that are grown without chemicals. They're vine ripened when they produce, and then they're put into a grinder. So kind of picture like your Vitamix, where it's juiced and dried at low temperatures to preserve all the nutrients, and then they're put into a capsule or a chewable form for easy consumption. It's not a replacement for any food, but a way to help bridge the gap between what we should eat and what we do eat every day. A lot of the times people are like, you still need to eat food. Well, obviously, this is just that additional nutrients that we're not getting from our food nowadays. So I wanted to show you guys, I don't have my bottles because my new shipment just came in today. I need to go and pick it up at the post office. But these are what our capsules look like. And these are my cute little display because I leave them out on the table. So these are this is the garden blend. These are the orchards. Sorry, this is the vineyard. The purple ones are the vineyard, the red are the orchard, and then we have our beautiful Omega blend. So this is a very large variety of fruits and vegetables. Most of us don't actually eat the rainbow of food every day, so we are missing out on key nutrients. Plus, there's something called food synergy, which I honestly did not know, which means your body actually absorbs more nutrients when you eat certain foods together. And that's what makes Juice Plus so unique. The product is vine ripened. A lot of our produce, especially in the winter, is very low quality because it's picked so early and the majority of the nutrients goes into the plant in the last 24 to 48 hours of its being on the vine. The whole food is used. So I don't know a lot of people that can eat the orange peel, for example, even though the majority of the vitamin C of an orange is actually in the peel. Juice Plus uses pits, peels, seeds, when appropriate, to provide us with the most nutrients possible that we don't usually get. One of my favorite parts about the company is how much they invest into research. There's almost 40 global gold standard studies that are published and by reputable medical journals, making the most of the research neutral products in the world. I love that this is proven to be absorbed by your body and acts like a whole food and vegetable in its whole form. So some of the studies that show improvement in cardiovascular health, immune system, skin, teeth and gums, oxidative stress, inflammation, and so on and so on. My favorite study is probably the Family Health Study, which is now called the Healthy Starts for Families program. It is not a placebo-controlled like the others. It is an observational study where kids ages 8 to 14 or in post-secondary education are able to get Juice Plus for free under an adult order for up to 4 years by simply just filling out an occasional survey on the benefits that they are seeing, such as missing less school, eating more fruits and vegetables, and taking less medications. We know it's safe from the womb to the tomb because of our NSF certification. So you can see that little logo in the corner. Which means that it's been tested by a third party to ensure that there's no contamination of any kind. It's really beyond organic quality. And it proves that by the label on the bottle, which sadly most of our products don't have anymore. So I want to get a little bit into the details of our products for you guys. So our new capsule product in the Juice Plus line is our Omegas. So I'm going to take this one out and actually show you something pretty cool that I learned about it recently. That bubble in there is actually a nitrogen bubble, which is so cool. So it's vegan. We skipped the middle fish and went straight to the source, which is the algae, along with some other oils like raspberry seed and seed buckthorn. Most of us know that omegas are important because they help with brain function, joint health, hair, skin, nails. So I am so grateful to have a healthy, high quality omega that I trust. So I never took an omega previously because I hated the thought of that fish burp. Like, I'm not a huge fish fan anyway. So when these came out, I jumped right on board. I know how important it is coming from a medical family, but it was never on the top priority list for me. Since I started the omegas about 1.5 years ago, I noticed a huge difference in my joint health. I was an athlete growing up and my knees took a huge beating in volleyball, and I actually broke my tailbone 4 years ago when a horse fell on me. So those things have bothered me ever since then. And since I started taking my omegas, I've noticed a really big improvement in that. So our third product is called the Complete Shake Lines. So I don't have any vanilla with me because I'm out. But here's this is kind of what they look like. They come in the sachets and the big bags. This is the Dutch chocolate, and there's the French vanilla as well. So there's also bars that come in Dutch chocolate and fig and fruit and seed, and that one's my favorite. So they are gluten and dairy free, plus they include highly absorbed plant protein, tons of fiber, an array of plants, different than are in the capsule. So when you're consuming the capsules and your shakes, you're actually getting over 50 different kinds of plants into your body. So when you're having a shake for breakfast and your capsules in the morning, gosh, you're killing it that day. So the shakes can be used as a pre and post workout or a snack, a meal replacement, and they add some there are some extras as well. Like, I use them a lot for baking. I'm not really a baker, but I make granola bars and stuff like that from them. The shakes are definitely a staple in our household. We travel a lot, and I spend a lot of time on the road in the summer with the horses. So I literally just throw a package of shakes in my truck and mix it with water, and it's a lifesaver on the road instead of eating concession food. Also great protein balls. They are super filling as well. When I first started taking them, I think it was in my head, but I was like, I can't just use this as a meal. Like, I have to eat something as well. But I soon learned that I was full enough, and it kept me, if I had one in the morning, it kept me full until about noon, till 1 o'clock. So that is great with our busy lifestyle. So we also have a really awesome program called the Shred 10, which is a reset for your gut microbiome to change your cravings in the long term through starving out the bad bacteria in our gut that is hijacking your body and repopulating with good bacteria in your gut. It's not a diet, but it's a natural break from your body from all the bad stuff and flooding it with all the good stuff. I started these shred programs shortly after I started on the product. And you guys, I have lost 30 pounds in the last 2 years and been able to keep that off. It was a real struggle for me being that heavy because I was so active and healthy growing up. But, you know, when life takes a turn and things don't go the way you want, my scapegoat was unfortunately food and alcohol. So my body definitely took a toll when it came to that. Lastly, we have the Tower Garden. So I have a picture on my phone, and I really hope that you guys can see this, because this was my Tower Garden last year. Just absolutely crazy, and loved it. So it's a vertical aeroponic growing system that allows anyone. Literally, you guys, I say if it doesn't have 4 legs, I'll probably kill it. So I can keep this thing alive. I just make sure there's water, nutrients in the tank, and it's good to go. So you can grow your food year round because there is growing lights for the winter. So in the winter, it sits in my gym, and in the summer, it sits on our deck. I don't have as great a luck with it in the winter because you got to actually pollinate things. So I just grow lettuce in the winter, but in the summer when the bugs are doing all that, it's absolutely a lifesaver. We don't even buy produce anymore. So the Tower Garden is dirt-free. There's no weeds. It waters itself, which is amazing because we leave for long weekends to go to the lake, or if I'm gone rodeoing when Brett's working, and I don't have to worry about this thing dying. It uses 90% less water than the traditional garden. If it's hot out, I have to fill it up a couple more times in the week than I normally do. But if it's plus 20, I fill up maybe every 2 or 3 weeks. It is great for in your house, but it's also being used in schools, restaurants, and food banks, which is so cool. I love that our company is about inspiring healthy living and helping others to get more plants into their diets. So those 4 simple products actually help us do that. So I'm going to pop back over here, and I'm going to ask Caitlynn. I'm going to unmute you, and I'll ask you to share your product story, please.
My product story?
Yes.
Okay. So I am Caitlynn Menard, for anybody who doesn't know me on here, and I am a working mom of 2 wonderful boys, aged 2 and 9. I work as a carer at a long-term care home, which involves shift work. In doing both of these roles, I tend to put others' needs ahead of my own, and this year I decided I needed to make self-care a priority and take control of my health. I have been struggling with chronic stomach pain for years, like as far back as I can remember. Doctor after doctor told me there's nothing that they can find wrong, which was super frustrating. Flare-ups were so painful that I can barely stand up. My stomach bloats so it looks like I'm 5 or 6 months pregnant. On top of that, I had inflammation in my joints. I would get up in the morning or just from sitting down, and I would hobble like an old lady because my hips and knees hurt so bad. When I'm going through these terrible flare-ups, it takes everything in me just to get through the day. I can't be the mom I want to be for the kids. Only just this past November did I finally have a doctor tell me that it is most likely IBS, and all he could do for me is write me a prescription, which I politely declined. So I went to a naturopath and she reconfirmed that it was IBS and I most likely have leaky gut. She wanted me to do the Whole30 diet for 45 days and then slowly add one food back in at a time to see what I react to. There was just no way that was sustainable for me. When I watched our new Juice Plus video, I was like, honestly, what have I got to lose? And oh my God, have I been pleasantly surprised. I've got more energy, which for someone who is still being woken up at night by my youngest was amazing. My hair, skin, and nails feel so much healthier. But I also haven't had a flare up since I've been on these. My stomach bloat is gone. My joints aren't sore anymore. I'm recovering quicker after workouts. Things I didn't even think about it helping, like my anxiety and depression, have improved immensely. I just feel better. And for being at the end of my rope, that's incredible to me. Not only am I on them, I put my kids and my hubby on them. And I took advantage of the Healthy Starts program. I've noticed a great change in the kids. They're both less picky about the foods they're eating. Their moods are better. My oldest has eczema, and it was pretty bad when he started these, but it's basically all cleared up. Even if they get a cold, it seems like they're getting over them quicker. So being able to bridge that gap between our already pretty healthy eating by adding this many quality whole fruits and veggies into their diet that we possibly couldn't get otherwise just is amazing to me. And I love being able to share that with everybody.
Wow. Oh my gosh, Caitlynn, I haven't even heard your story. That is amazing. And you guys, Caitlynn has been on the product since January?
Yeah, like end of January, February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm so happy for you guys. Thank you for sharing. Gosh, I'm just like shooken up. But I'll unmute Allison and ask her to please share her product story as well.
Okay. Well, I'm Allison, and I actually have an interesting story because I have been aware of Juice Plus for quite a few years. Just a little backstory first. I guess it was 6 years ago, I came down with a virus that gave me cardiomyopathy, which means it damaged my heart muscle, so my heart doesn't pump efficiently. And due to that, I ended up going into congestive heart failure and through a pulmonary embolism, and I almost died. And that was kind of a real freaky thing because it just happened because of a virus. I got sick one day for no reason, and my heart was damaged permanently for life. And so because of that, ever since that happened, I've been really extra worried and cautious about getting sick in general, just because I have to be. I have to be one of those people that watches everything. I am totally like anti-flu shot and all that kind of stuff, but I'm the one who gets pushed. I don't do it, but people push me all the time to get it because they think I'm at risk. And I just got tired of having to worry about being sick all the time. I'm a teacher by trade, so I'm constantly around kids, constantly around people getting sick. And every season, every year, it just kind of felt like I just would get tense because anytime anybody gets sick around me, I'd be like, oh no. So, well, a couple years ago, about 2 years ago, my coworker, she had Juice Plus lying around, and I actually remember from way back in the early 90s, my mom and dad were taking Juice Plus. This was back when it was only the fruits and veggie capsules. And I remember at that time trying them just to try to increase my energy and stuff like that. And I remember way back then it actually was working because I took them for probably about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, and it was working really well. For some reason, I don't know why, because this was a long time ago, I stopped taking them, and I'm guessing maybe money might have been an issue at that time, and just kind of forgot about it. Well, then 2 years ago, they show up in my life again, and I started to think, I'm like, my goodness, Juice Plus has been around for a really long time, and it's still around, and I remember it working, so maybe I should give it a try. I obviously, as a teacher, I'm tired a lot because it's a lot of work. I'm a mom. I'm running around after kids going here, there, everywhere. My energy level was low, trying to watch my immunity because my immunity was bad. And I thought, maybe I need to give Juice Plus a try again. So I started taking it. I was a little inconsistent for about the first 6 months. And then I realized, okay, I know Juice Plus works because I saw it work before. I need to get consistent with it. So I started to get consistent. And so that was like a year and a half ago. And within that time frame, my energy level has increased. My immunity has gone through the roof. Like, I hardly ever get sick now, which is really important to me. If I do get sick, it's extremely short-lived. I barely, people are sick around me all the time now. And all I start doing is doubling up on my Juice Plus, and I seem to stay healthy. I also suffer from anxiety, and my family has some mental health issues. So for me, taking the Juice Plus, especially the omegas, has been critical for my own mental health. And I have noticed a huge, huge change in just how my attitude and my focus and my just everything is just improved immensely. So I'm at the point now, 2.5 years in, that I can't imagine not taking them. They're my magic beans.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Allison. It's so true. Like, we look back and we're like, how did we ever get by? Like, I always say, like, I feel like I'm sparkling from the inside. And I notice when I don't take my product, it does affect me, right? So thank you so much for sharing. I wanted to just quickly, you guys, share a couple ingredients that is in these, guys. So because I don't have my actual bottles and I just have these cute little things, I brought my gummies out too. And so this is our orchard. And in our orchard blend is apples, cranberries, oranges, pineapples, peach, papayas, and Argo cherries. Our garden blend has carrots, cabbage, kale, rice bran, broccoli, beet, tomato, parsley, spinach, and oat bran in there. And then our berry blend is raspberry, dillberry, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, Conrad grape, blackcurrant, blackberry, elderberry, artichoke, and cocoa. So it's literally exactly what I just read to you guys is in these products, which is, it's just mind-blowing, really, the science and the time that went into perfecting this product. And what I love so much about this company is, like, we don't have a big catalog full. We have these few things that I've shared with you tonight, and they have absolutely perfected each and every single one of them. So cool. And you guys, thank you so much for sharing your product stories tonight. Juice Plus is not about treating or curing specific conditions or diseases. It's simply good nutrition, highly concentrated and scientifically proven. I love that the research supports the stories, as you heard tonight. And if you are someone listening at all and something speaks to you, or you're thinking about somebody that could use this in their lives, then this next part might be for you. We always share our virtual franchise option in our talks because so many people nowadays are looking for a legit way to make money online, or looking for an awesome community, or even just looking to help to pay for their product they want. If this is not for you, you guys, please, like, you can hop off and touch base with whoever invited you later. 85% of Juice Plus lovers are actually just customers and not interested in the company at all. But anyone can do it, and you can choose how much you do. So to give you a little bit of a background about the company, it's been around for almost 50 years, and it has a mission to be stable and long-lasting. Juice Plus in the last 5 years became absolutely 100% debt-free, and it is a privately held company. It is in over 20 countries across the world. They do charity work with St. Jude's Hospital, Boys and Girls Club, Volunteers of America, and the Jay's Care Foundation. It is only $50 to buy international virtual franchise business. I always compare that part to starting up a Tim Hortons. Like that's a franchise, right? And to think it's not going to cost you $50 to start up a Tim Hortons and run it as a successful business, right? There's no monthly minimums, which is actually why I signed up, and which is why a lot of people sign up for just the discount. So you never slide back in your ranking, and there's no inventory to carry. The company literally takes care of everything. There is a Christmas bonus for upper leadership positions and full medical benefits for the top level of the company of national marketing director. So I'm going to go back to our lovely ladies we are hosting tonight, and I'll get Caitlynn to share her business story.
Okay. So I love being a mom and I like my job as a healthcare aide, but I find that I'm always giving to people. I'm naturally good at helping people, but I wasn't really feeling fulfilled. I wanted something else, but I didn't want to go back to school for this change that I was looking for. And I was actually looking into something like this when Jess approached me. The timing couldn't have been more perfect. This business has allowed me to help people in a different way. Whole health and wellness and nutrition are super important to me, and I'm super passionate about it. So I love being able to share that with others on this platform while also growing as a person. I'm an introvert and I wanted to challenge myself this year. And instead of listening to that voice telling me I couldn't do something, just diving in and doing it anyway. And I've already gained more confidence in myself because of it. As a family, we have huge goals this next couple of years. We want to pay off our debt and buy a house, but still be able to take little trips with the family or go on adventures with the boys. This gives me that freedom to make some extra money on the side to do those things. And I love that I'm able to do it in such a cool way from my phone. So it's not taking away any more time from the kids than my job does. This business checked all of the boxes for me. And like Jess said, it's only $50 a year. Like I couldn't say no to that. I get to do something that excites me and that I'm passionate about. And I get to do that while being a part of a community of such amazing people who are sharing the same thing and truly do want to help others. Being surrounded by these people who are sharing from their hearts has inspired me. It's so good for the soul, and I'm so happy I get to work my little side hustle, earning an income, and sharing something I truly believe in.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said yes, because you guys, I was so nervous reaching out to Caitlynn. Caitlynn and I kind of grew up together. I went to school with her younger brother, and I just always admired her. So I was like, I'm going to do this. And same thing, I was so scared, but she said yes, and here we are. So thank you so much for sharing, Caitlynn. I will now unmute Allie, and I love your business story. So go ahead.
Okay, well, there's kind of two different reasons why I'm doing this. Number one, I'm a firm believer in having a plan B, because we know in life that things happen, take different turns. So the idea of having some sort of side hustle has resonated with me strongly for the last few years. I have done other businesses, and my reasons for the plan B is because, number one, I want to be able to be there with my family when they need me and not be tied down to a schedule all the time, but also because nothing is ever certain. Right now, as a teacher, with the budget changes, I'm in a new position, new school, new district. There's no guarantee that I'm going to have a job come fall. And that makes you kind of sit back and go, I need to have that plan B. And the reason why I got involved with Juice Plus specifically was I became a raving fan. I was a customer for 2 years. So I actually only just became a distributor within the last, not even a month. It's not even been a month. And it's because I believed that much in the product. And what was happening is I was telling people about this great product. I'd be talking with my friends and they would mention some sort of health issue. And I would say, hey, maybe you should take a look at what some stuff I'm using. This is great for blah, 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 blah. Or, you should try this. And I was directing people towards my sponsor, and she was starting to get some customers from me, and which is great. But I started to realize that if I'm sharing it because I love it, then maybe this needs to be my plan B, because it was becoming such a natural part of who I was. And I'm really wanting to make wellness such a bigger part of my life, that having this kind of as my side business kind of helps me to keep focus on it too. So there's a lot of reasons why I'm doing it, but number one is because I'm a raving fan, and I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for the Juice Plus. I know that. I know my health would not be where it's at. So I want other people to experience that and feel that too.
I love that. There's so many different reasons that we do this. And now I can totally relate to Allie with having that plan B. I had hit rock bottom at one point in my life. And if it wasn't for the income that this business provided me, I have no idea where I would be. It's actually really scary to look back and think about something like that, and at that point it was $1,500 a month, but gosh, that paid all my bills at that time. So Allie, thank you so much for sharing. And you're helping so many people in so many different ways, and it's so cool. So now I just want to dive a couple minutes, a little bit into the business here, because I know we're hitting close to just after 9 here. So even if it's not for you, I love educating about what we do, because if someone didn't share with me, my life wouldn't have been changed in the way that it is. So I feel so guilty sometimes not sharing this. So this is a true gift that we have to give. So we never know whose life it might change as well. So first, when people look at these businesses, sometimes they say something along the lines of a pyramid scheme. So this is my little drawing of a pyramid. So what's actually interesting about this fact is the pyramid is a traditional business model. If you take a grocery store, for example, we have our shelf stockers at the bottom there. And then maybe a couple managers in the middle. And then at the top, we have one CEO. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but that's just how it's set up. So this is actually, to me, what a pyramid looks like. With our business, it's more like a rectangle. So normally I do these on whiteboards, but I don't trust my drawing enough, so I did this before for you guys. So we all start at the bottom. There's definitely different levels, just like everything else. But the cool thing about this is there is room for everybody at the top to be their own CEO of their national marketing business. So National Marketing Director, NMD, is the top of the company, and you can be your own CEO. And there's honestly room for everybody at the top, regardless of your background. It's a unique culture because there is unlimited spots at the top. And you guys, we help each other get there. And that's, what is better to me than succeeding in my business is watching these people, these amazing people, succeed, because they are taking charge of their own lives and changing them. So sometimes people are worried that they're going to bug family members, and they're like, oh, I hope that, this isn't something like. All we really do is share our stories, and that's how we're changing people's lives in hopes that they can help others do the same. So it's really just finding your purpose, and you don't have to know thousands of people to be successful in this business. So I'll show you guys this here. So this is me in the middle. And basically I have, when I first started, I signed up 3 people. So I had my friend Justina, who I rodeoed with her husband, and that's how I knew her. My friend Laramie, who I went to school with, and then Caitlynn. And you guys, when those people start working, they build their own teams. And that's how you get to know all of these amazing people. Like, I didn't even know Allison before we started this. So that's what's so cool about this. So when those 3 people get excited and they start working their businesses, that is what then I became a 3 club. So in a 3 club, you're earning about $1,000 a month. So that's real money. I remember my first $1,000 paycheck. I was like, wow, Like that made the biggest difference in my life at that time. And that extra income every month is so life-changing in any household. I guess it really doesn't matter where you are financially. $1,000 can make such a big difference. Even just take a second to think about what that $1,000 would do for you, whether it's today or tomorrow or 3 days down the road. We don't make income claims, and I don't say that to impress you, but to impress upon you. I just love how much the harder and smarter you work, the more you earn. So this is completely up to you. That number on that piece of paper, whatever you want to make, is completely up to you. It is so cool because this business and this company doesn't have to pay for advertising. We don't have to pay for shelf space. Literally, the company invests in their people, and they do that for us. So you guys, a huge thank you for being a part of our evening tonight. If you're someone who's ready to change your life, whether it's to take a little bit of extra nutrition through the Juice Plus product or the Tower Gardens, then we have personalized packages that can fit your budget, whatever you need there. So the virtual franchises business and simply just want to have the synergy experience. So there's a Facebook community for wellness tips, personal growth, contribution projects, and things like that we are excited to support you on your journey in every way. So even if you don't want to sign up for the product or the business right away, we can add you to that group, and we would love to have you a part of that. As you make your decision, we want to leave you with these thoughts. If not this, then what? And if not now, then when? So thank you so much for spending a part of your evening with us. I'll end the recording, and if anyone has any questions, please feel free to type in the chat bar or unmute yourselves.